Midjourney just introduced a new way to host your own public profile on the main website. If you go to midjourney.com and you click on your name in the bottom left, you'll be taken to the new profile page. I will say that if your name doesn't appear here and you just see the icon, clicking on this and then at the top, clicking profile page will also get you to where you want to go. A pop-up should appear asking for how you want to present, but you can also click here to edit your info after. You have a profile picture to change, a banner, you can write some words about yourself, and you can link to a few different social media sites. You can choose a unique username. It has to be all lowercase letters, and this will act as the actual URL for your profile. But then we can also change our display name, and here we can actually use capital letters. And a quick warning, you might want to check this out as soon as possible, because if you set your profile up before sometime around 3 p.m. Eastern today, you'll earn 5 free fast hours. And you'll have first dibs on your name. I'm just assuming you can't choose a name that somebody else has already chosen. I'm not willing to test that right now, but that feels right. A completed profile is a username, a profile image, a banner, and spotlighting at least 8 creations. Let me explain what that means. So below your profile are a couple of different tabs. One of them is Spotlight. This is where you can pin your favorite pictures and people who visit your profile can see them. I haven't chosen any yet, so let's do this. Let's click over here on Randomize and it will take you to a random profile. Or you can use the right arrow key. So this took us to Tamer Atlas. And look, they even have a video as their banner. That's pretty cool. And we can see on their spotlight page, these are all pictures that they wanted us to see. And I think if I hit the right arrow key, I'll get to a new profile. This one is known as Gompasta, a white-haired cat girl. And if you're wondering, like, is this a new form of social media? No, it is not. I don't think they have any plans to add any engagement features. I'm talking likes, comments, even seeing how many people follow you. That's really not the direction they're going in. And if that interests you, then maybe you want to watch the rest of this video because there are a lot of random things to go over. I'm sure you know by now that Midjourney has a strong philosophy towards sharing and collaboration. All images made are public by default. Like, let's click on a random profile. Sure, they might have a spotlight, but there is an archive tab right here. That shows every public image they've ever created. If you click on one of the pictures, it's going to show the prompt and how it was made. So yeah, Midjourney is quite public. There is an option to pay for privacy. It's called stealth mode and it's available in the pro plan or above. Privacy was important to me from the start, so when you go to my profile, you won't see a lot in my archive. But let me explain why you're seeing anything at all. This is the weird part, okay? Let's go to Spotlight one of my pictures and I'll show you what happens. Here we have Wonder Woman made with a few parameters, Chaos 8, EXP 15, Style Raw, and using my Royal Geometry mood board. This mood board is amazing. I gave it away to my group the other day. I gave it a super high score. This is an 8.8. If you want to try this style yourself, here's the code. --P X2DBMBD. Pretty fun code. Now, when you click on a picture, up here in the top right, we are going to see a new pin icon. This will let us spotlight the image. Once we click on this, let's go to our profile. And now I will see that picture listed below here in the spotlight. Anyone who visits my profile will see this. But if I go to the archive now, I will see the grid it came from. Again, that is kind of weird because usually the rest of a grid isn't that good. And like, why would you want anyone to see this, especially if you pay for privacy? And that same idea is where these pictures came from, these ones right here, the bottom and the top, because I have one of them as my profile banner and my profile picture. When you choose a picture for both of those slots, it's going to add the rest of the grid to your archive. Again, I think this is an odd choice, but I did hear of a way to sort of fix this. You can upscale the image first and then spotlight it, and that will get rid of this problem. Let me show you. We're going to click on this image and we're going to unspotlight it. Now, I have a feeling those pictures are still going to be in my archive, which is kind of lame. So you can go through, click on one of them, and then click here at Make Private. And now we'll get rid of it. But check this out. If I went in and I upscaled this picture, and then in my profile settings, if I clicked on this upscale and I chose this image, now I have my profile picture set and the rest of the grid does not appear in the archive. So remember that tip. I'm going to do the same thing here for my banner. And there you go. If you pay for stealth mode, now you can have a clean archive section as well. But let's go back into the edit profile section because I want to show you how the banner works. Right now, you can't upload any picture that you want. It has to be made in Midjourney. And it needs to be made in a sort of specific way. It needs to be an 11:3 aspect ratio. I mean, that kind of makes sense, but it also needs to have either a personalization code, a mood board code, or an sref code style reference. Again, that is kind of strange. I don't really understand the reasoning for that. And if that bothers you, stick around until the end and I'll show you a way to get around this. Okay, let's do some rapid fire info. They renamed a contentious feature. Do you remember the hide button? It used to live here under our prompts. This was our way to clean up the create page. We could hire entire grids or individual pictures. This has been renamed to the trash feature. So if you go to your organize page, instead of sorting by liked, we can see what is currently in the trash. So maybe that's a better vocabulary and maybe it makes a little more sense this way, but the trash does not empty automatically right now. I think that might come in the future, but again, for now, hide is just called trash. I don't know, maybe that change will make people more comfortable with getting rid of their pictures, even though you can go into the trash and then, let's see here, we can still click here to unhide it, to remove from trash, I guess it's called. Next tip is that you can follow other people, other profiles. So besides Spotlight and Archive, each one of you will see a following tab. This is specific just for you. So these are two people I followed. I thought it would be like a personalized explore page where all of their creations would fill up here, but I guess these are just quick links to their profiles and then I can see their spotlight here. I believe I read somewhere that a following tab will be put on the main explore page. I mean, that makes sense, but that's not how it works just yet, at least. And then check this out. Your public profile might show what you just created. Let's click on random profiles until we find one, and look at this right here, Augie. Augie is imagining Niflheim in a wide aspect ratio on this profile with a stylized value of 125. Unless you pay for stealth mode, your profile will be announcing your last prompt. That's kind of strange, but maybe kind of cool too. I don't know, what do you think? Another thing I can warn you about is that your Instagram handle might not link properly if you have a period in your username. They know about this bug and they're working on fixing it, so by the time you watch this video, maybe that won't be a problem for you. And on my personal wish list, something I'd love to see is the ability to spotlight a specific folder. So if I go to the create page and up here in the top right, I click on folders, you're going to see a folder with 50 of my favorite pictures. I'm not going to click on this yet. I'm going to save that for its own video coming eventually, but I think it would be cool to be able to spotlight this whole folder and then someone can view my profile and click on my top 50 favorite pictures. That seems like something that could be possible. I mean, I don't really know, but it's on my personal wish list. Now let me tell you how to fix that problem I mentioned before, where your profile picture or your banner needs to have a code in the prompt. If you want to use any picture, like a picture of your face, for example, you need to go to the Edit tab in the top left, upload the image. You need to make sure the ratio is correct. So click on Move, make sure it's 1:1, or 11:3 for the banner, and you can change that right here above it. We'll go back to the square ratio because this would be a profile picture. And then what I want you to do is click on Paint, make sure the brush size is as small as possible, and then I want you to just click somewhere, anywhere, it doesn't really matter. Now at the top, write something like a void prompt, a couple of symbols, that's all you need. Then type --sref for style reference, and then mash the keyboard for a couple of random numbers. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to click on Submit Edit. We're going to wait for the pictures to generate. Again, it doesn't really matter which one you click on. Pick one of them and then click Upscale to Gallery. Now on the create page, we're going to have the picture that we wanted with a style reference code. That's what we needed. Going back to our profile, we can now edit our profile picture, and clicking on some of these filters should eventually bring us our picture here. But what I've noticed is that this extra page right here is a little messed up. It doesn't seem to load quite properly. As you can see, I have this image made yesterday and then all the way back at October 21st and nothing in between, and that doesn't really make sense. I think it just takes a little time to load because now I see that picture I made today. Either way, this did work yesterday, so even though it's not working right now, this is how you would solve that problem. Hope that makes sense. And that's sort of everything you need to know about this new public profile feature. I'd love to hear what you think and any suggestions you might have. And if you want to learn more about how you can actually use Midjourney for free at the moment, make sure you check out this video now. I hope you're doing well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.